Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we are going to be talking about a very big topic, and it's how Ecomi is actually killing the Omi token. Now, I know that it may sound weird. It may sound weird to hear, weird to say, but in reality, like, the great job that they're doing is exactly what's bringing the token down. And in order to understand this, we're going to explain it this way. So, when it comes down to other cryptos in the space, what is it that actually makes these other cryptos move? It's the FOMO. Like when it comes down to Cardano, what is actually making it move? Announcements of what's going to come, what's going to be built on it, how it's going to overtake Ethereum, how it's going to be the next this and the next that, and that's what people believe. It's easier to push narratives like that and to have faith and get behind something like that where the FOMO could take it to the moon at any point in time. Then you have something like Dogecoin. An Elon tweet could come out at any moment, or some big person could jump on the bandwagon and talk about it, and this could happen at any moment. When you look at these projects, there's some new FOMO that can come out to boost the token. There's something that could actually happen to take it to the moon at any moment. And then a lot of these projects are on a lot of different exchanges already. So when the FOMO comes, it comes hard. You can get that so easily that it's going to boost. It can really pump. Now let's take it back to Omi. We are very, very informed on what actually moves the Omi token, and we understand that utility is the biggest factor in that. There's no utility around the token right now. So the fact that we're educated, like Veve, Ecomi, they're very transparent. Like we know everything that there is to know about the Omi token. So you can't really FOMO into the Omi token. Because if you're knowledgeable, it does not matter if they release Marvel, it don't matter if they release Pokemon, it don't matter what they release. You don't have to FOMO into it because there's no utility. Like all the things that are going to push the token up and take it to the moon, none of the stuff is implemented yet. So there's not a logical reason to be FOMOing into Omi right now. You got all the time in the world up until the point where they say utility is coming here, then, or utility is coming there, or this is coming then. Like at that point, that's when the FOMO can get serious. Or when they say we have new exchanges coming, we have different exchanges coming, and even that, exchanges, I feel like exchanges make it so that when the FOMO happens, it hits so much harder because it's a much easier token to obtain. So when the FOMO comes, everybody can just buy in easily. Like if you tell a friend and they tell a friend and they tell a friend, chances are you open up your phone, you like Dogecoin. You open up your phone, like when Dogecoin was spreading, you can grab any exchange damn near, and Dogecoin is there. You can get Dogecoin from damn near any exchange. So when the FOMO with all the Elon and stuff was happening, anybody could have just picked up any different platform, any different exchange, and they could have got Dogecoin. With Omi, it's not that easy. You got to actually put in some work. So it's harder to FOMO into a token that you can't even find on most exchanges. So that's why you're not going to see the same movement from a project that has a legitimate reason to blow up as opposed to a project that does not have as strong of reasons to blow up. And also, let's talk a little bit about how the fact that historically, we know, like, it's like I said, it all just comes back to the transparency. To be completely honest with you all, it comes down to the transparency completely. Because we know that Veve, like the success of Veve has no impact on Omi. Why is that the case? Because there's no utility. Without the utility, Veve's success, like they're not linked. Like this whole thing has been designed in a way where they'll be linked. Right now, we have two parts that's completely separate. They're trying to build that bridge to eventually link them, but right now it's separate. And we know this. They keep us educated. They keep us up to date. And the last video that I did about utility, Reese literally said it himself that the disconnect is there. Like they're very transparent about this stuff. And that's what it is. Like you can't FOMO about something when a company will tell you straight up everything, the good and the bad. Then over 350 billion tokens. With no utility, with no clear way of how you're going to burn those tokens, like with no clear way of how someone is going to see their value go up in a project, with no clear way of how that's going to happen, obviously it's not a good investment if you're looking to compare it to other cryptos. So this is why you don't see as strong movements from Omi as you would see from other tokens. And this is honestly how, but it's really just comes down to the transparency. The transparency is really what is stopping the Omi token from just running crazy. Because think about our all-time high. Where's that all-time high at? So think about here. That this was news of the exchange. It was like a Batman drop or something, I think. Let's go to the weekly. Like, look at this. Look at how it came up. That's because the expectations was unrealistic. We didn't know what moved the token. Like, I got in somewhere around here somewhere. I got in for the first time like around there, like somewhere. It wasn't nowhere near the top. It was like around here somewhere. Probably like there. I think I got in right there. Like, me and Johnny Dunn got in, I feel like somewhere around there. I got in a little bit after him. But yeah. So if we didn't know at this point in time, like, we thought that, okay, let me tell you my mindset. My mindset thinking back to then, I came from Dogecoin, right? So I jump into this project. I'm like, all these licenses, this got Marvel, this got DC. Let me jump into this. This is going to blow up. I'm like, Dogecoin is at this amount of money. I can still get this under a penny. Oh, this is definitely going to blow up past Dogecoin. That was genuinely my mindset. I wasn't aware of the tokenomics and what made it different and what's going to make it go up. I didn't know all of that at this point. That was just my mindset coming in. And I feel like that was a lot of people. A lot of us was on this train where it's like, okay, Dogecoin is doing this. It's going crazy like this. And it has absolutely no reason to. Like, I know the Dogecoin fans going, oh, it has this reason, whatever. It don't have the top licenses in the world, so it has no reason to. But then when it comes down to Omi, you look at Omi and you see that it has all these different reasons to blow up. It has Alcon, it has David Yu, it has all these licenses, it has all these reasons. You like, right here, everybody's thinking, oh yeah, this is going to go up. But then that's when I start digging, and that's when some of the other YouTubers popped up as well. Like, we started diving in, we started really educating ourselves, which in turn educated the community. Like, I know that, like, you can like who you like, you can say what you want to say, it doesn't really matter. Like, I have over 1 million views in this community. And a lot of me learning, I felt like a lot of other people was learning along with me because I was putting a lot of information out there. Like, I feel like the community grew and we all learned together. We learned that, oh, utility, this is the utility that's supposed to be coming. Oh, this utility is not added. Oh, like, why did we just have a drop and it didn't boost the Omi price? Why did we have another drop and it didn't boost the Omi price? Why do we have... Okay, something's going on here. Then we got all types of AMAs and stuff like that. We found out the utility wasn't linking. We found out, we didn't even know what token unlocks was going to do. We had no idea what token unlocks was going to do either. So this is all stuff that we learned along the way from experience, this is just stuff that we've learned from being a part of this community. Now we know all of this stuff. They're so transparent about everything. We've had to live through some stuff now. Like, we completely understand what moves Omi at this point. I know the newer people still don't know. Some people who are older still don't know because you don't actually listen to the content that tells you exactly what moves Omi. You just want to FOMO or spread FUD or whatever you want to do. But we learned exactly how this works because Veve and Ecomi is very transparent about how things work. So basically, when it comes down to it, that transparency is what actually put a halt to the token growth. Because when you have no reason to FOMO into it, we 100% understand what's going to move this token. We want so when they add utility, when the utility is linked, when you can use your credit card and you can buy Omi strictly from Veve, and then they say we have an Omi exclusive drop coming, we know for a fact that is going to boost the price of Omi. Because the utility is there. And then they're giving incentives for people to use Omi to buy a certain drop. We know for a fact that's going to boost Omi. As opposed to right now, if they did a drop, they can't do an Omi exclusive drop because that's not an option for no Veve user. So this is why there's this is why we're not going to see any crazy Omi growth, no crazy Omi explosion or anything like that, especially in the short term. We need to move to immutable. Like, first off, they've already said multiple times, we got to get to immutable before they can even start doing a lot of this stuff. Like, we have to get to immutable first. Immutable has been the first big task And we have to get that done before they can even get to all this other stuff. So I think that we're at the point where we're just super educated. We understand now. We really know. Like the token, there's no mysteries around it. Like every other token, they're mysteries, promises, stuff that you can't actually verify, but stuff that you can't necessarily dispute clearly. Like it's so much around it. It's like with Omi, you don't have that. You know the token is not moving until utility comes. You know utility is not coming until we're at immutable. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to panic about. It don't matter what they drop. Once they drop comic books, nothing's going to happen. I mean, we will see a little bit of growth. Like what happens is that we do get a few new investors on board. They're like, oh, I believe in this project. I see this project. Let me buy in. Then you have people who are already here. They buy in a little bit more. But I mean, that's pretty much it, dude. That's when we see price movements. Like people saw Marvel come. They're like, oh, this project is legitimate. Let me invest now. But ultimately, outside of these few people who invest here and there, until utility comes, we're not going to see anything special. We know what moves Omi. What's going to move Omi is Veve. The only way Veve will impact Omi is them adding utility. We are not going to move much until they add some utility. Till we get on some exchanges. Like the exchanges could boost us short term, but keep in mind, just having us on exchanges, it makes the token easier to obtain. It does not certainly make it a good token to get. Like if you look at the fact that we have no utility, if we get on every exchange in the world, we still have no utility. We still have no utility. We still don't really have a reason for it to go up outside of the fact that, oh, we're on exchanges now. It's easier to get this token. There's still 350 billion tokens. Even if we're on every exchange, what actual reason does the token have to move? So it's still not necessarily a good crypto investment, especially when compared to other investments. So, but with us on multiple different exchanges, it is easier to FOMO in. It is easier for the FOMO to be very, very impactful. But I'm waiting on the security of the Veve app being what pushes this up. So that's what I put a lot of faith in. I put a lot of faith in the security, the Veve app, and that the connection there, the connection with the Veve app and Omi. But that's just some of my thoughts. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. I just had to talk about this a little bit. I know people have been wondering what's going on with the token, wondering when we're going to see some movement, what it's going to take and stuff. Hopefully this answered a lot of questions and really helped some people understand what exactly you're invested in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, Joe.